Win or go home. When you hear that, you know what that means if you're a football fan. Playoff time. By the time we get to the NFL playoffs, we have a select group of teams that are competing to go to the Super Bowl. No one is there by accident. They had to demonstrate a level of excellence in order to qualify to be in the tournament, to have reached this point in the season where they keep on playing. And so, again, nobody's there by accident. When teams lose in the playoffs, it typically isn't because they aren't good enough to win, but it's certain things that separate the winners from those that have to go home. And the more I watch these games, the more I realize life kind of works the same way. Today, we're going to talk about 4 lessons the NFL playoffs give us related to life. The first lesson: excellence shows up in the little things, the small things. I don't know about you, but I notice that when I watch playoff football, the game is different. The teams are functioning at a higher level. There's less mistakes. There's also less margin for error. You notice how they master the small things. Running backs knowing when to get out of bounds instead of fighting for an extra yard and risking a fumble. Quarterbacks throwing the ball away instead of risking an interception. Linebackers wrapping up instead of going for the big hit. When you get to this stage, excellence isn't just about making the flashy play or the highlight reel or whatever else. It's about being dependable. It's pretty simple. And so let's connect that to everyday life. People often say they want success, but they overlook the basics: showing up on time, returning phone calls, keeping their word. Those are some simple things that people oftentimes don't do. But if you do them, you have a level of excellence about you. Excellence is not about being perfect. It's about reliability. It's about consistency. It's about discipline. Reliability separates people more than actual talent ever will. Having a level of excellence means performing consistently. And again, we're seeing that in the playoffs. The best teams, the teams that are the most consistent, will reach the Super Bowl. Lesson number 2: all teams are going to face adversity. We saw it this weekend. We saw some teams get off to a real slow start, then come back and win the game. On the flip side, we saw some teams got off to a fantastic start and they lost. There were turnovers in these games. There were bad calls. There were passes that weren't caught. The reality is that mistakes are going to happen. The interesting thing is looking at how teams respond to those mistakes. Some teams start to spiral. They start to lose it. They start to get frustrated. They start arguing with each other on the sideline. Some of them, their body language tells a story. They start walking around with their head down. On the other end of the spectrum, some teams know how to close ranks. They support each other. They're hitting each other on the shoulder pads, trying to encourage each other. They have faith that they're going to come back. Life works the same way. As much as I hate to say it, eventually something in our lives will go wrong. It's not going to go the way we would like it to go. That's just a reality. Now, how bad will it get? It just depends on the event. It depends on the situation. But things are not always going to go the way we want them. It's pretty much a guarantee. You have to deal with adversity. And so the real thing, the real test is not that whether adversity is going to show up, because believe me, it will at some point. It's all about how you're going to respond to it, just like those teams this weekend. Those teams that responded in a positive way, they won. Life calls on the same quality. We have to respond in a way that serves us and is productive, keeps the big picture in mind, and puts us in position to win. Lesson number 3 from the playoffs. Everyone is hurting. At this stage of the game, or at this stage of the season, I should say, all of these football players have bumps and bruises. They're all hurt. I know they're fantastic athletes, and you look at them and you're like, man, these guys are awesome. But football's a rough sport, and they experience a lot of pain along the way. And so the pain can't be an excuse, because guess what? The team on the other side of the ball has the same issues. No one feels perfect. Everyone has a legitimate excuse to take it easy, to slow down. But this is the playoffs. This is what these guys have been waiting for. This is their opportunity to live a dream. And so they have to sacrifice. Well, life is no different. I know that we have to look out for ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to invest in self-care. We have to make mental health a priority. At the same time, though, we have to understand that in order to achieve the things we want, we're going to have to keep performing a lot of times. That's a reality. Can't step away for too long. Got to get yourself right and then kind of get back in the game, just like these players do. I like to say it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. The final lesson that we can take from this weekend is momentum, having momentum. You can see momentum swings in the games. Like I was mentioning earlier, some teams start off fast and then they die off. Some teams start off slow and then they pick it up. Very important that we have momentum. Now, how do we build momentum? Momentum comes from doing actions, doing them even when we feel like they're not being very productive, even when we feel like things are not in our favor. If we keep taking the actions, things typically will turn. It might not turn right away, but they will turn in our favor. Momentum doesn't come just when everything is going right. It comes from staying consistent when things aren't. And in real life, people often quit way before their opportunity comes. They give up because mentally they check out, not because they don't have an ability. It's because they don't see the momentum happening right away. They lose focus. They start telling themselves, having that negative self-talk, that it's over, that it's pointless, that it's worthless. Momentum comes to people who stay locked in. And so in closing, winning at being you is all about having a level of excellence, just like these teams in the playoffs. It's excellence at doing well at the basics. It's responding when things aren't quite going right. It's showing up when it's not always comfortable. I go deeper with this in my new ebook, Winning at Being You. Please subscribe to my channel. Talk to you next time.